Hey, 4-1. What's wrong with these niggas talking down on us, dog? Talking about we ain't doing what we do. Nigga, we done been out here about like 10 years, nigga. We getting old, goddammit. Let's get it. We made niggas put them rose bottles up. We made the whole city boss they like fuck. Boss they like fuck. We made niggas wanna go and hit hush. Bitch, we made niggas, you know we love to stunt. We made niggas put them rose bottles up. We made the whole city boss they like fuck. Boss they like fuck. We made niggas wanna go and hit hush. Bitch, we made niggas, you know we love to stunt.
Welcome back to the Georgia Tech Dynasty, ladies and gentlemen. So glad to be back with you here today. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and catch up on previous episodes. This is episode 4. So far, we've done the offseason, we've done the preseason, and most recently, we did our first week of recruiting, in which we had 4 instant commits. So if you want to find out who those players were before we do the next recruiting episode, go check that one out. I'll tag some of those videos right here. You can find those in the top right corner. Today, what we're doing is a team preview. So I realize we haven't done this yet. I want to give you guys a run through of the job that we took, what the team's kind of looking like from a holistic standpoint, and maybe project what we could do this season. I've looked at a couple of these things. We've kind of looked at the team, but this is a little more in-depth version of that, okay? So we're head coach Dana Dimmel. We came from UTEP. We came from Oregon State. Now we're at Georgia Tech, a place that has not experienced a lot of winning. Their last bowl season was in 2023, so about 4 seasons ago when they went 8-6. They haven't had a big time, really, big good season since 2017 when they went 12-2, won the Orange Bowl, won the ACC. They had an 11-3 season before that, but as you can see here, man, they haven't really had consistent winning in a long time. So what we're trying to do is not only restore that winning, restore the brand in Atlanta, but also win a national championship, because Georgia Tech has not done that in a long time. So that's our goal. You know, this is our first season, so we're probably going to do that this year, but of course, we're trying to work our way towards that. So here's the roster that we have. Here's a look at our players. So our starter is going to be Matt Slater at quarterback, 87 overall. He had a decent, you know what, he did not have a decent year. He has decent stats, but he barely played last year. 9 for 13, 170 yards, 2 interceptions, but he's a dual threat quarterback, so he also chipped in 10 runs for 37 yards. I'm not sure if he was the starter and he got injured, or if he was just a backup and didn't play at all, but that's the reason why his stats are so low. But he's got great numbers, man. Good speed, what you need for a dual threat quarterback. He's 87-92. And then we brought in 2 true freshman quarterback this year who probably won't play as much, assuming Slater stays healthy, but Earl Williams was our 4-star, almost a 5-star recruit that we got this year, so he'll be our backup. And then we brought in another true freshman who will not play very much this year unless things go, very sideways. At running back, we're pretty stocked up. We got 5 guys. Chris Grant's the leader. He had 673 yards last year, 5 yards per carry, 56 per game, so he'll be the starter. You got Dante Simmons behind him, who's decent, but my issue with these running backs, guys, is that they're all just so similar in their build and their playing style. A lot of power backs, so we're trying to get some speed in the recruiting trail this year, maybe the transfer portal as well. But we're 5 deep here, so if we have an injury, we'll be okay. We have guys that can step up and take those minutes, but Chris Grant's going to be the guy that's going to get the start game 1. We play Notre Dame. At fullback, we're 3 deep here. We're not going to use the fullback position a whole lot, maybe in the Wildcat and things of that nature. I tried to go to formation subs, but it wouldn't let me do it for some reason, which was just weird. So these guys will be in the block, though, maybe catch some passes and some heavy sets if we pass the ball when we have wing blockers in the game. Gutierrez there is well equipped to do all of that. We brought in a nice true freshman, 65 overall, so he'll train. He'll be up to that point eventually. At wide receiver, we're pretty weak here, I'm not going to lie. We got Petty back, but he was injured for a lot of last season. We brought in Sean Brown, wide receiver 3 there. Looking at Petty's numbers, man, he's just struggled to really put it all together thus far. 236 yards last year. Like I said, injured most of the year. His freshman season, though, 442 and 5 touchdowns. That wouldn't be his freshman year. That'd be his junior year. I wonder if this guy was a JUCO recruit at one point then. But Petty's our wide receiver 1. He's okay. He's not somebody that I would recruit right now. 6'1", not very fast, 86, 88 there, or 77 speed actually, 86 overall. Just really slow, not much of a game changer on the outside. He's decent with the juke move there, but I don't know, not wide receiver 1 material is what I'm getting at. Thomas Nelson's a guy I'm a little more excited about. He's 87 speed, 93 acceleration, 76 agility. Good route running, good carrying, good stamina. So he's a guy I'm a little more hype about. He's 6'2", 187. He could be that guy on the outside. He's not very experienced, so that's the thing. 7 catches, 82 yards, and a touchdown last season, which would have been his redshirt freshman year. So we'll check on him. He'll certainly be getting some opportunities. Sean Brown, this is a guy that I'm very, very excited about. We brought him in this past cycle. He was an instant commit on signing day. 6'0", 183, really good speed. So he'll be our starting slot receiver. Carl Harrison. We don't really have that guy in the wide receiver room, but this is the guy, I think, for the passing game as a whole. He's our tight end, 6'6", 262, 64 receptions, 848 yards last year with 4 touchdowns. And this dude's biceps are just absolutely freaking massive. It's insane. Like, this is like creative player type stuff, but he's really, really good. 85 speed, 90 acceleration. This is for a tight end, too. We got to keep that in mind, man. So he's a guy that we're going to go after a lot through the air. He's going to be our security blanket, hopefully. We have a backup there, Joey Hill, and then we brought in a true freshman, Sam Franklin, 75 overall. He could be better than Harrison by the time it's all said and done. On the offensive line, 76-63 at left tackle, 84-62 at left guard. Somewhat experienced. I mean, no true freshman on the starting 5, so that's good. We brought in a couple of guys on the trail this year. None of them are very good. So we're going to try to hammer that position group for sure in this first recruiting cycle that we have. On the defensive side, defensive line's decent. Noah Miller's back. He had 13 TFLs last year, 3.5 sacks. He's more of a speed rush guy at 6'4", 255. Corey Fuller behind him, just 1 tackle last year, so he hasn't done a whole lot. But we're 4 deep here, so good depth. They're all pretty similar in how they play. We brought in a true freshman this year. I like my speed rushers, but we also need bigger guys that can kind of hold it down on the outside, and we can flip them out, in and out with substitutions and stuff. David Joseph on the other side, 6'5", 248, 88 overall. Michael Huggins behind him. He hasn't done anything. And then Allen behind them. So a whole lot of inexperience. Same thing goes for D-tackle. We're just not very talented at the defensive tackle position as well, so we got to really work on that. 1 sack there for our top guy in Odom. And then Williams behind him, he hasn't done anything. So defensive tackle is going to be a struggle. I think teams are really going to be able to get the run game going against us, and I don't know what kind of a pass rush we're going to get from the interior. Exterior, I'm not too worried about because we got good defensive ends, but what's going to clean all of that up is a great linebacker core, and we have that starting with Clayton Perkins at left outside linebacker, 99 acceleration, 84 speed, he's 85 overall, 86 strength, 78 finesse move, 73 power. So we're good there. Again, linebacker is another position in which the old coaching regime did a great job recruiting and developing, and we're going to benefit from that. So hopefully we can continue to do that. We can keep that going. It looks like there's guys in the cupboard for next season there. Stevenson, 80 overall, is a redshirt sophomore. He'll be able to step in once Perkins leaves, which could be this year, could be next year. He's good enough to go right now, I would say, to the league. Moving to the middle, Phil Jackson. He's probably the best player on this entire team. 5.5 sacks last year, 14 tackles for loss, 87 overall, 83 speed, 89 acceleration. Really good for a middle linebacker. 86 tackle, 93 hit power. Woo! I'm excited to see this guy play, man. Antoine Hall behind him. I'm not sure how much he's going to play because Jackson is just simply that guy. If he has a great year this season, he'll probably be an NFL draft pick. So we'll see when the time comes for that. Let's enjoy him while we got him. Moving over to right outside linebacker, we got James Flanagan, who has done a lot previously, mostly in his, what would that be, redshirt freshman year. He had a couple tackles for loss. Didn't do a whole lot last year, which is interesting. But similar to Perkins, 88 speed, 98 acceleration, big guy, fast guy. And he'll be a force to be reckoned with there in the second level of our defense. At corner, we got Ryan Wood. Ryan or Rion, I'm not sure. I think we're going to go Ryan, just spelled a little weird. 88 overall, 94 speed, 93 acceleration, 5'11", so I don't like the height, but a small, quick dude that will be able to keep up with receivers. So that's good. That's something to be proud about. He had a tackle for loss last year, 13 tackles, no picks, but 4 pass deflections and a forced fumble. So he's seen the field a bit. Looks like 2 seasons of meaningful playing time, so he's now cornerback 1. At CB2, we got Will Smith, the white version of him, I guess. 85 speed, 91 excel, 6 foot, so a little bit taller than Wood, but still not insanely tall. I like my longer, lankier corners, like 6'2", bigger build. They can get physical. So we'll try and find some of those guys on the trail. But we got some great true freshmen in this year. A lot of fast guys who will probably see the field. Roman McCutcheon being one of them, runs a 4.3, 4.40. Moving back to the safety spots, we got Paul Wilson at free, so that's who we're going to play with primarily. 90 press. That's very impressive. 87 pursuit. Very fast as well. He had, let's see, 4 tackles for loss and a sack last season, 4 pass deflections, and a forced fumble. So he's played 3 years, 2 of those being significant playing time. So he's a guy that's experienced. He knows the defense. He knows what he's doing in high levels of college ball. So that's good. We always need a good free safety on our defense. Michael Little over at Strong, 84, 89 speed excel. Pretty long, pretty lanky. That's how I want my corners to be. Unfortunately, he's a strong safety. And we're 3 deep here, but it looks like Little's going to get a majority of that playing time. And then finishing off with the kicker and punter, we got really good specialists. We're A+ in the special teams department, so that's not going to be a problem. Spoiler alert, we just brought in our kicker and punter for next year in the recruiting trail, so that's money. That's what we need. And that's it. That's our team. That's the team preview. Here's a look at the schedule. If you missed the preseason episode, we got a tough one, man. A lot of ranked teams. We're going to kick it all off on the road at Notre Dame. Then we got Wake. We're going to play my former school, Oregon State, there in week 4, and they're coming to play us in Atlanta, so that one's going to be fun. But a whole lot of ranked teams. Should be a really fun inaugural season for us with Georgia Tech, almost at Oregon State, Georgia Tech. So I hope you guys are excited. I certainly am as well. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back in the next couple of days with the first game on the road at Notre Dame.